Ariella here. I am coming to you from the home office, and this is Marshmallow. She will probably be in all of my home office videos. So I'm trying something a little new today while my son is at his grandparents' house, and I'm going to be using this time to do some short videos on how you can use props to enhance your practice or answer any questions or just teach you some things that we can't really go over in the classes that I film at Clayton Family Massage on Sundays. So today's first class is going to be, or first video is going to be about blocks and why I love to use them. I think they're a wonderful, wonderful tool. I use them during my practice when I am practicing here at home or when, pre-pandemic when I was going to a studio. I always made sure that I had a set of blocks with me. Blocks are great when you need to bring the floor a little bit closer to you, you need to lengthen your arms a little bit. I think everybody can benefit from the use of blocks in their practice, even if they think that they don't need them. So being that a lot of us are still at home and we might not be practicing in a place where blocks are available, I wanted to give you some options for what you could be using around the house in place of actual yoga blocks. But first, I will talk about yoga blocks. So this is a foam block. I believe it's made by Gaiam. Gaiam is a big yoga products company, and they always have tons and tons and tons of foam blocks, different squishiness and different firmness. So you can go on there. A lot of times they have them in 2-packs. So you can I always recommend getting 2 blocks. If you're gonna get blocks, definitely get 2 blocks. This is one that my husband got me for Christmas. I had another set of foam blocks that my son kind of adopted, and they are now a mess. So I'm not gonna show you those. But personally, I prefer Cork Blocks. I like Cork Blocks because they're really, really solid and really, really firm. These particular Cork Blocks are a little bit, they're not as thick, which works well for me. I would actually love a pair of Cork Blocks that were also this thickness because different postures might require different tools. But I really personally like the Cork Blocks or any really firm block because I have sweaty hands and they don't slip as much on the cork. And B, it's really great for if you want to do any kind of like standing postures on your blocks, any kind of balance work, or I was using my blocks to get into crow for a little while. I think it's really good to have something that's like nice and solid. But this is just a preference. You can decide what you want to use, what's best for your, for your budget. These are Manduka, and I will tell you, as a Yoga Alliance registered yoga teacher, I do get a discount through Manduka, so I didn't buy these at retail price. I bought them at a discount. So if you don't have blocks, and maybe you're waiting for them, maybe they're not in your budget, that's fine. You can use different things around the house. A shoebox, and it depends on what, it depends on what you're going to use it for. Like, obviously, I would not recommend putting all of your weight on a shoebox. So just kind of keep in mind what you're going to use your blocks for before kind of picking a tool for it. So, I mean, it should go without saying, don't stand on a shoebox. But a shoebox is a great way to bring the floor up higher. You can use this in a lot of different postures. It's nice and, it's pretty solid for just kind of adding a little bit of length to your arm. And, you can get them pretty easily. If you have a Buy Nothing group in your area on Facebook, you can always ask somebody on there, hey, you've got a couple of shoeboxes lying around. Depending on what you're using it for, you can use a pillow, like a firmer pillow. This isn't a good one. We just don't have any really firm pillows here at the house. So this is just kind of good in terms of size, but a firm pillow would be really good. Also, I forgot to bring it downstairs with me, a bolster. I have a really firm bolster, and that's something that I could potentially use to bring the floor up closer to me. If you need something that you could stand on or you could put all your weight on, you could always use a textbook. This is my husband's physics textbook. The only time I cracked this thing open was to put some pressed flowers into it. Yeah, this is my husband's. We have plenty of thick science textbooks that I could use if I wanted to use a textbook as a block. You could, put these, you could stack them. I wouldn't move them around, and stacking them, you kind of risk, them sliding and stuff, but that is kind of an option. You might just want to, play with it. But if you've got some heavy, thick books lying around, these are great. You can stand on them, do have a little bit of play. So keep safety in mind when you use something, something like this. And last, kind of around my house as I was looking for things to use as blocks, this is just a little tote thing, container thing I got from Target last year during school shopping season. I feel like it was only like a couple of bucks, and my son usually uses it to keep his dinosaurs in, but if you pop it on the other side just like that, not that you can see that, but you can put it down and it's actually pretty solid. I wouldn't stand on this, but depending on how much weight you're putting on it, it could be a good tool for you as well, and you could store stuff in it too. So there are a lot of things that you could use around your house. You might just have to be a little bit creative. Just kind of think of the objective of what blocks do. They bring the floor closer to your hand. They bring the floor closer to your body. So what can you use around your house that would serve that need? It really could be anything, and it kind of just depends on what you have laying around. In our case, we've got totes. If you don't have kids and you don't have toy bins kind of laying around, like maybe it's something else. Maybe you've got lots of shoe boxes. Maybe you have lots of firm pillows. But just kind of look around your house and see, like, hey, I'm having some trouble reaching my hand down to wherever it's got to go. Maybe a block would really be useful in this posture, and I could use that. So that's just something that you can think about as you are working on your practice, and I will be hopefully doing these videos once a week. I make no promises during a pandemic. I'm sure you're loving the cat butt that you are seeing quite a bit. I'm sure Marshmallow will be in most of these videos. But yes, thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, if you would like to see me go over something, that would be super. You could always email me at openarmsyoganc@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at hikingyogamama. And that's really all I got for now. That's all I can handle. You can sign up for the newsletter and you can get my weekly class videos a day early. I'm going to work on those next. Thank you so much.